Welcome
What's up, guys?
to the MotionAutoTv podcast. No, that's not what this is.
No.
We're splitting up, guys, and
It's come time.
it's time. Times are changing, things are happening, big things are happening, and we're separating.
This is it.
Finally happening. No. So basically, the point of this video, hopefully, it's not some crazy entertaining video, but it's a good life update video and business channel update is kind of what we're gonna call it. So we're gonna clickbait you with splitting up though, because we're essentially gonna split the channel.
The content, I guess. Not really the channel, just the content that goes on the channel is going to be split, and I'll let you kind of explain what that means.
Yeah, so if you guys have seen my videos over the past couple days, Carson's over here playing her tablet, just hanging out with me down here at the shop, but one of the videos was installing the seat in the side-by-side, and that was kind of like a family. It was just us hanging out. Literally, I was just installing a seat. It wasn't really like a build video. It wasn't my idea of MotionAutoTv when we first started it, which that video was kind of like hanging out with the family, vlogging.
Yeah, day-to-day with normal life stuff.
Yeah, simple stuff. It wasn't a build. It wasn't a project.
That was like was that on Sunday? Like,
yeah, that was
like
just
weekend.
on Sunday.
Yeah, it was just on a weekend.
Yeah, we just literally just came down here to the shop, and we didn't have much going on that afternoon. And I told Jamie, I was like, yeah, let's go to the shop, install the seat, take Carson for a rip, give you a little rip, or give you a little ride in if we can. And me watching that video personally, I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. A lot of you guys thought it was a lot of fun. But there's also, we've seen a couple comments. One really stuck out to me, and it's been my thought process over the past couple months, which is, where's the build videos? Where's the progress? This video seems like it should go on another channel, which it should have. I mean, that's more so the family type stuff. And over the past couple of years, I've always thought about separating it. Have like a family vlog, life update thing over here, and have MotionAutoTv instead of me rambling and doing updates and doing little tidbits of stuff here and there, trying to rush out a video to satisfy the YouTube algorithm. So I just end up putting something up, just kind of no matter what it is. It's led to a decrease in engagement from you guys. Because when you think about MotionAutoTv, why did you subscribe to the channel? Yes, 20, 30,000 of you guys love the family videos, but we're at 500,000 subscribers, and we're getting 20,000 views on the videos. And to me, that just shows me that something's wrong, and I've been seeing that, I've been feeling that, over the past couple of months. And I've always, kind of looked at let's say like Adam LZ, TJ Hunt, Jimmy Oaks, Taylor Ray, those type of guys, it's their name. It's not a TV show, it's not MotionAutoTv. And I feel like, initially that's what it was supposed to be, is, automotive-based YouTube videos, of doing that. And, me being a father, being a dad, Carson's 3 years old now. We have the other little baby, she's 2 months now. And, I want to share that part of my life, with you guys, with the internet, to show you guys that, that you could do this stuff, how to build a car, how to build a life, how to juggle it all.
How to balance it, yeah.
And I feel like Motion Auto isn't the place for that. Motion Auto is, at its core, it's automotive related content. It's build videos. It's part 1 through 50, building a car. It's 20 primer, hopefully not 20 primer videos, but
hopefully not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But there was a point at in my YouTube career. It was basically when I was working on the Supra, where I felt like, I was like a medium-sized fish in a big pond. I wasn't the small fish. So like when I was doing the Supra build videos, it was part 1, part 2, part 20. They were getting decent views. I had 120,000 subscribers, and the videos were getting 150,000 views. Within the first week of me uploading. And so when YouTube sees that, they keep pushing it. And that's why I grew so fast. And then once I got to a certain point, I think I don't really know what happened. I think I got kind of lazy, you know, and I thought maybe I could get away with other content instead of build content.
Well, it's hard because in the time doing YouTube for 10 years plus, and I've been around you since you've been doing it for what 6, 7, 8 years now or something, just being around, and we've all been a part of like this when YouTube was something completely different. So it didn't matter like at the time when MotionAutoTv started, it was like you were making build videos or just putting up tech videos, how-tos, anything like that, and it was killing it because that's what YouTube was doing. Like people would go on there and they would search how-to, they'd search Honda Civic, and people still do that, but anymore people are watching channels and they're watching creators as like entertainers anymore. And so like as creators you have to be an entertainer, so it's essentially shifting.
A lot of it's like a reality TV show, you know. And again, like I was trying to say, is I have this craving, like this feeling is of I want to show you guys more of my personal life, you know, show you how crazy and how cool and how smart Carson is, and you know, show you the when she throws a tantrum or something like that, you know, that nothing's perfect, nobody's perfect, you know, but just to show you guys the progression in my life, and I just don't think, unless we just change the name of the channel, but again, I love the Motion Auto brand. I love the build videos. I mean, that's what I started at. And if you think about it too, when I was doing really well and doing all the build videos on the Supra and stuff, I didn't have a family. This was my life. My life was the shop, literally 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, coming down here, working on cars, pushing out build videos. Now it's a lot different. It's completely different.
Oh yeah, and there wasn't, like you said, there wasn't really a brand. It was just it was literally working on cars. That's all we did. I mean, I had a day job. I had a couple day jobs here and there, and we'd come out at night, after work, and we'd work on cars, and we'd help Trev out, and he'd be grinding, all night till 4 a.m. in the morning.
4 in the morning. Sleeping.
And that's just how it happens. So life changes. I mean, the brand has changed. Obviously, as you guys know, we got into doing the giveaways and merchandising and branching out, and we work with like brand partners and all that. Yeah. And so there's so many aspects now to it besides just building a car in your spare time, which is what most of you guys are doing, which is relatable, and that's what it's about. It's what the channel was created for, is just like you guys, started in your dad's garage, working and stuff at home, putting on coilovers, simple, swaps, stuff like that, to now it's so much more, and it has to be almost to sustain. And so it's just changing with the changes, I guess.
And so I think, it's going to be so cool to share that other part of my life with you guys. So as you guys are seeing this video, there should already be another video uploaded on the Trevor Jameson YouTube channel, which is linked in the description, up in the corner, whatever, of basically the new shop. So got a new shop, and doing some really cool business stuff out of that. If you guys, I don't know if you follow, if you guys are on Patreon, you already know. So I did a little blog post in there, showed everybody on Patreon, explained it, talked about this whole situation, and just kind of had a little conversation about it. But if you guys aren't subscribed to the Patreon, we do behind the scenes content, and we are planning on doing specific giveaways on that platform by itself. But also,
can we explain that a little bit more for them? They have monthlies. Just to give you guys a quick update. So as you know, with doing content, so we're doing content on Motion Auto, content on Trevor Jameson, and now content on Patreon. It's a lot of content. And so what we're going to try and do to give back to you, to the Patreon supporters and everything, is we're going to do monthly giveaways. So whether we found you guys like the Tech and Tool giveaways, Milwaukee, stuff like that, every single month we're going to do a giveaway of some scale. Hopefully they're going to scale and get bigger, Right now they're not going to be like the cars that we do, but that way we can give back to the Patreon. So one of the patrons will win one of the monthly giveaways every month. So if you guys want to see the content, support us a little bit more, and get some cool stuff, we'll obviously be working with people we work with. Maybe we'll do some Garrett turbos as we grow and stuff like that, and Deechworks fuel setups, who knows. But we're gonna be doing something. So if you guys want to check it out, you can head on over there. But that's just a little plug there for that. But
so basically Trevor Jameson, it's gonna be, for example, part 3 of the C10 build is literally just going to be part 3 of the C10 build. And then hopefully after that, it's going to be either releasing a new project, a significant update on a build. So instead of like, titling something super, kind of vague or whatever, to where you're able to kind of update it and then fill a little bit of content. I don't want, 40-50% watch time on the videos. I want 75% watch time on the videos, to where if I upload a 20-minute video of working on the van or the C10 or the Mustang or building some stuff with the Civic, I want you guys to sit down and engage and watch with that. And I also want YouTube to actually see that people are engaged with that content and continue to push it out. So one of the things that I think is yes.
You could say hi. You want to say hi, Carson?
You want to say hi to the video? We're just filming a video. Say hi.
Smiling, yeah.
You want to go sit back on the couch, sweetie?
Dad, I just want to sit next to you.
There's not a chair, honey.
There's no. Do you want me to bring a chair over here for you, or do you want to sit right there?
I just want you to help me bring
And
the chair over.
so, yeah, you can go ahead and
All right,
grab
we're
a chair.
gonna pause it real quick.
So going off what Trevor was saying about the video is like a part series. If some of you guys have been sticking around, some of you guys are the OGs, you guys might remember something that was called Motion Auto Mondays. So that was a big thing Trevor's doing. We were doing, years and years ago. We literally just put out one episode, and it was every Monday. It was like a scheduled TV program. It's like if you were to watch, I don't know, a TV show, and that was kind of the idea. Now, that's not saying we're going to go back to just a single video a week, but the videos will get more specific on just those builds. So there won't be some like random filler vlog content on the Motion Auto TV channel. So all of that stuff, the behind the scenes, what's going on, the day-to-day, the business side of things, growing the brand, that'll kind of be on the Trevor Jameson channel. So.
Yeah, going to the junkyard, going for a rip on the side-by-side on the weekend with our friends, stuff like that. So when you see a notification on your phone for MotionAutoTv, I want you guys to click on it because you want to click on it because it's going to be good, solid content. Not, there might be some filler in here, or Trevor's going to ramble for 5 minutes. And again, this is something that I've had in my head for the past 4 or 5 years, where I've known, like, I probably should keep this content separate, or I want to do a vlog channel. I started this channel 3 years ago when me and Jamie went to Florida when she was pregnant, and we actually did like the gender reveal at Disneyland on that video. So if you see, like, there's 3 videos on the channel. One is the shop update, and 2 of them are me and Jamie vlogging when we were hanging out with Adam and Nicole in Florida when I went to help with the Jay-Z project.
Yeah.
So it's needed to happen. Again, MotionAutoTv Monday. Everybody was stoked for MotionAutoTv Monday. They knew every Monday they could come, and they were going to get a video, and it was going to be not.
Carson.
It wasn't really going to be that good of a video, but honey.
But that just scared me.
Yeah. Back, we got a little bathroom break with the kiddo, but it's one of the things I also wanted to, leading into this, what makes me realize that this kind of is looking at the numbers. You go back through the YouTube channel, you look at the analytics. I go from the last 365 days. What are the videos that get the most views? Part 1, part 2, part 3. 10-minute time-lapse build of the Civic, of the Supra, of the Mustang. Those are all the top videos, and it's because something significant happened, some progress happened in that video, versus why I want to sell the van, or something like that, of just essentially that filler content. And so one of the things that I think that has really actually hurt my channel, as much as weird as it would be, is the 10-minute time-lapse video of the Supra. So that video, as of right now, has 18 million views on it, and over 150,000 people have subscribed just from that video, but they don't watch anything else.
Yeah.
So when YouTube sends out the notification to 70,000, 100,000 people, if 30,000 of those people are people that subscribed for the Supra video, and then all of a sudden they see a why I want to sell my diesel van video, and they swipe up or swipe left or whatever, get rid of the notification, YouTube automatically sees that video
The low engagement
has low interest, and so it does not continue to push it. So if you go to your subscribed button on, I feel like most people don't go to the subscribe button. They just kind of leave it on that recommended, which it recommends all your when you're subscribed to somebody, but it also recommends
some, not all, yeah,
similar channels and all that stuff. So, like if you were subscribed to me, you'll probably get like Jimmy Oaks videos or Adam LZ videos or, some Boosted Boys video, stuff like that. But if you initially came here for those build videos, not the family stuff, or which I feel like I haven't really done a whole lot of family stuff.
Not even the family stuff, but just even though it's random stuff, it might seem random to you guys, but it's not as random as. Now, don't get me wrong. Like Trevor has some random buys. Like trust me, I know, but everything's not as random as you guys might think, and it might seem random when we're not. We start something, but it doesn't, like the next video is something different, and you're like, I know the comments are coming, you guys have probably already commented this in the first 5 minutes, you're like, well, your engagement's down because you're all over the place, or you guys have all these projects going on and stuff, and there is some truth to that, and that's being addressed, but it's also like the juggle act of juggling content of what you can do in your time frame and what's available, like, because sometimes, you gotta wait a few weeks and you got to really figure out how to tackle a huge project, and so there might not be that much going on, but you can't wait a week without having content, so you got to do something else. So you're like, oh well, I've been looking at buying side-by-sides for 6 months or something on the auctions and finally found one, and it's just the timing of everything of this one's available and I'm going to make some content out of it, and it just fits in. So like I said, it's scheduling, it's organizing, it's all that stuff. There's motivation. There's times you get burnt out. You're just not motivated.
Oh, yeah.
It happens to all of us. It happens even, me on the brand side of things. It's just how it goes sometimes. And so trying to find the ways in which that can be most, I guess, mitigated is part of this.
So a big conversation that me and Ty had it was about a month ago. Ty was mad at me. I was mad at Ty.
I was pissed, yeah.
We were, and actually it was almost the point where like
we were actually going to split up.
We were actually going to split up.
Yeah.
And it just came down to having the conversation of, look at what we're trying to do, and look at how many jobs each of us is trying to do by themselves. So like if Ty's at the house shipping stuff or ordering stuff, or and he gets something wrong with inventory, or something like that, I'm like looking at him like, Ty, what what's the matter? How you had one job, but at the end of the day, you have like 20 jobs per person, and then he comes down to the shop, and I bought a $400 Mercedes, and he's like, oh, how come you're not working on the giveaway Civic? I was at home shipping orders all day. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, man, I don't even know where to start on that thing, or I don't have parts yet, or I needed to order this, or I didn't have time to complete a task, so I just figured I'd do this real quick, and so a lot of, as of right now, my approach has been kind of the shotgun approach. You shoot out a bunch of BBs, and a couple of them hit the target, and really I think the plan moving forward is to get focused, get laser focused. When we're going to build something, order the parts, instead of waiting around trying to find a deal, trying to do that type of stuff. Or get a project, and instead of rushing out a video the first weekend you have it, maybe hold back 2 or 3 weeks and put it under a cover and order parts and figure out, what you kind of need to get that project rolling on a good note, instead of, oh, I bought this random car, and then all of a sudden you guys don't see it for 3 months or 2 months, and you're like,
what happened to that project?
Yeah, what happened to that
another
one?
Project,
now you're working on this stupid thing. What's wrong with you, Trevor? And again, I've had this in my head. I know, but again, just trying to push out content, to meet the algorithm, to make whoever happy. And I feel like I've kind of dug myself in a hole, and we're gonna get out of it, and this is my plan moving forward, is to separate some things, get more laser focused on this channel, try to give you guys better, higher quality, more automotive related content. If you guys want to see the behind the scenes, if you guys want to see me build the brand, build all that stuff, ship out t-shirts, make a t-shirt for the first time, go follow me on the Trevor Jameson channel. We'll go to the junkyard, we'll do kind of daily activities around here and keep, the meat and potatoes, the good content for an episode, to where you guys watch the whole thing, you guys like it, you comment on, you engage with it. YouTube sees that and it pushes it out, and really that is what needs to happen, because if that doesn't happen, like, I'm gonna have to figure something else out, because I can't support the family and paying Ty and having an employee or 2 or 3 employees, which we need because there's so many jobs. It's just not going to be feasible off of 20,000 view videos, and I'm not going to put out a 20,000 view video every single day, so it equals 60,000 videos. Yeah, just to pay the bills. I don't want it to be that. So again, the giveaways are a huge supporter of the channel, and they really allow me to actually do buy cars and do projects and actually come up with the funds to actually do stuff. When we went on Drift Week, I added up what that cost us, and that was $6,000 versus and that didn't include anything with parts for the car. That was literally like
that included like the Mustang, like, and all that was mostly all donor stuff, but there were still parts. But if you were to go out and buy a TJ, buy a CD, buy
stuff that I had laying
a
around,
Master, buy a Dietrich's kit, fuel
kit,
I
literally, like, you would go broke. Automotive YouTubing has to be the most expensive YouTubing that there is, and with the other channels that are out there, there is some great content, and it's honestly hard to compete, with a really, really low budget, and it's like, how are we going to get to that point? So if I'm going to ask you guys right now, if you guys like me, if you like that random stuff, if you like the random project cars, if you want to keep updated with the family, and you want to see me build a brand, please head over to the Trevor Jameson YouTube channel and subscribe over there. Hit the notification bell.
You put the link like in the box too. So.
And let's go for a crazy ride. Otherwise, if you guys were here for the build content and that's what you guys want to see,
you want to see cars and cars only.
I want you guys to stay right here on MotionAutoTv, and that's what you guys are going to get, is that type of content. And if you guys subscribe because you've seen a 10-minute super build video, and that's the only video that you thought I ever did that was interesting,
just go unsubscribe almost.
Seriously, hit that unsubscribe button, because it's literally going to help me more, because it's going to take you out of the algorithm, and it's going to bump me up because it sees that there's more engagement with the people that actually like that stuff.
Per subscriber or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing too, is there's no set rules to this. Like, there's no set algorithm. If you ask, like, there's no set how much you make. Like, there's CPM and stuff, and you can figure it out. But you have no idea. Like, we're constantly chasing the trend, and that's the thing. And some of you guys have even said that. You're like, oh, you're just doing the same thing as everyone else. And I get why you might think that, but it's because we're all like-minded anyways. We're all in the same conversations. Like, we're talking to all these other YouTubers all the time about ideas and events and what we're doing. So a lot of us are on the same page already. And we're all friends because we have the same interests. So there's going to be a lot of similar content. And I know you think you're copying, but it's just not.
Everybody's interested in, like, the same kind of cars too.
Yeah.
I think everybody likes R35 GTRs. Everybody would want to own one, you know?
Yeah, like, why wouldn't you? Like,
and then everybody's like, oh, all YouTubers get R35 GTRs. And then as soon as somebody uploads an R35 GTR video, you're like, oh, they're copying. That was a big thing when Good Squad and Beast for Build. It's like they're copying each other. Well, it's like, you know what? A GTR is a really cool car.
Yeah. And
I could see why 2 people would want to build one, at a similar time. It just happens because sometimes you buy cars and they sit. And so yeah, and I love build videos. I love working on the cars. I don't like doing it by myself. That's why it's been really nice having Garrett around. As you guys have known, Dave used to help me out a lot around the shop, kind of like exchanging, like him helping me with stuff for, like, essentially shop space for him to work on his own stuff. Mm-hmm. Eventually his projects got bigger and crazier, and we're taking up too much space, and he was spending more time with that, so he ended up just getting his own shop and started focusing on his own YouTube channel and his builds and stuff, and he's doing really well with that. But man, it gets lonely. It gets lonely at the shop, working on cars by yourself. It sucks shipping t-shirts in the basement by yourself, all day or all night. Normally I go down and help him out at night. But, at the end of the day, we're trying to really build a team, and that's we've been trying to get Blake on board. He got laid off from his job for about 2 weeks, so he was helping out quite a bit. But then he just got hired back. They got the contract back, I guess. So he started working again, and it's just hard being essentially two people that are trying to do and build a brand that you'd essentially need 10 people for.
Yeah.
To really, if you broke down a specific job, for everything that you needed to do. So, again, I think that's,
And that's the goal. I'd love to have 10 people, that
really,
did very specific things, and they were good at that. I mean, it's always, you talk to anybody who's successful in their, business or their careers or anything, or management, it's all come down to, putting the right people in the right places. And, there's things that I do well and things that Trevor does really well, but sometimes we're not able to do those things well because we're also trying to do all these other things.
He's so busy or focused on stuff. One of the examples, for me is paint and body work. It takes me so long to do paint and body work. And then, how many primer videos do you guys want to see? And it's instead of me spending 2 weeks or a month painting a car and doing paint and body work and all this stuff, if I outsourced that job, for certain pieces of it, we did with the S14, where Josh really took a big, 2 days of body work out of my equation, where I was able to focus on other stuff, And same thing with Ty. If we get somebody else to go down there and, be consistent, like a full-time employee, that essentially, Ty could be on the computer, answering emails, customer service type of stuff, and then have, the orders constantly be going out versus, Ty goes down to the basement, all of a sudden there's 10 emails, and then there's a pile of orders right there. And it's okay, well, what do you do first? Do you ignore the emails? Do you start on this? Then you need to order product. You need to do inventory. All this mountain of stuff piles up, and then you literally don't do anything.
You don't know where to start.
You don't know where to start. And again, we're
and there's some growing pains in that too.
Oh yeah.
And we know what we're good at, and we know what works, and we've we'll dip in, dip our toes and then get out, and dip our toes and then get out. And I think we've not
fully committed.
We've not just jumped in, and so that's been part of the thing. And that's part of our conversation is we're at this point now where it's time to just jump in, and so that's what we're trying to do. And so this is part of that.
Well, and I've told you multiple times, I am really good at being broke, and if
I'm sure that's relatable for a lot of people, honestly.
If I'm not broke, I'm almost not hustling, because I don't have to, I can be lazy for a day or two or a week or whatever. And what I'm really, really trying to do, that goes into looking for parts for cars, instead of just ordering the stuff, just because you're going to build this car, there's a deadline that you need to have this part for, and you wait until you the
day before that deadline.
The day before to finally order it. I tweeted on my Twitter
sorry, I got a call.
So I tweeted about a month ago. I said if I didn't do anything last minute, I wouldn't do anything at all, and that's literally the truth.
Yeah.
Switching
gears, switching lanes,
switching
things
gears,
up,
focusing, and we're gonna freaking send this thing to the moon. That's the plan. Yeah. I've built cars, I've painted stuff, I've primered stuff, built a Supra, I've built diesel trucks, I've built turbo Civics, I built the 2GZ Mustang and drove it across the country. But what I haven't done is built a company, built a brand, built something that's sustainable, and something that you could stand back and look at it. Because at the end of the day, I have a bunch of random project cars. What do you do with that? I want to build a brand that's gonna, take me, Ty, whoever wants to go on this freaking ride with us, to the moon. To make this make sense for everybody, make it work, and show you guys. I want you guys to go. I want you guys to see that things are possible.
Yeah, you can do it.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I think that's part of the plan, is just trying to get right people in the right places. So send your resumes to MotionAutoTv@gmail.com.
But wait a couple weeks till we get. Just kidding.
We might need some people to help us get caught up.
Yeah.
Go check out the other video on the other channel of the new shop, and the switching gears and all that type of stuff. But I know this video has got a little bit long, but again, I think those of you guys that watch this video are going to be, that are still here, are going to be,
it, yeah.
You guys are the ones that are going to go over to that other channel and absolutely love the content and appreciate that, because everybody commented on that last video with Carson. They're like, man, it's so cool to see her growing up. Like, I love this type of content. I love seeing you be a dad. And, you know, one guy was like, hey, I'm having a daughter in 6 weeks. This, you know, or he said his daughter's 6 months old, I think. He said his daughter's 6 months old.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're talking about.
watching me interact with him makes him excited for the future.
Carson, yeah.
You know, because it really, you know, and I seeing that comment, that's a moment that changes somebody's life.
Yeah.
Somebody's life. You know, that if they're having a rough 6 months with that 6 month old, or a rough couple days with that 6 month old, and they're like, you know, man, this is hard. You know, how are we going to do this? You know, seeing that moment and the potential of the future, you know, or how it could be, you know, gives them hope, or you know, hopefully makes them try a little bit harder. You know, to get through it, or know that they can. And seeing that stuff is really what matters at the end of the day. And you know, hopefully that I help you guys. I provide value for you guys, and you guys provide value for me by watching the content and you know, leaving comments and stuff like that. And you know, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all freaking human. We all want the same stuff. We all want to interact with each other. We don't want to see you know, unrelatable stuff. And you know, I like I said, I want to show that stuff to you guys. So you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think it sums it up. I mean, it's going to be a transition phase, and I mean, we appreciate you guys that are gone through some of our growing pains and stuff. So when you guys see it, some of you guys don't care, you don't stick around, but a lot of you guys have, and so we're appreciative of that. And we're like, I guess this is us making a commitment to you guys that we're gonna deliver on our end, you know, as well. Because without you guys watching, supporting the brand, you know, and all that stuff, like, we wouldn't be doing any of this. So
yeah, I mean, I don't even know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be at the freaking power plant with my brother, absolutely hating my life.
I'd probably be doing bank lending or something still, like.
Yeah, and you know, you guys would probably be watching. I don't know what you guys would be watching.
Someone else.
I mean, literally, you would be watching somebody else's content on YouTube, because there are so many good creators out there now. It's hard to stand out. And you know, when I was doing it in 2016, building the Supra, there wasn't that many like specific build videos. You know, and now there's tons. You know, everybody, like, people could fire up a YouTube channel and next week they're actually doing good, or it's on the trending channel. You know, just because they're laser focused. They, you know, their audience that subscribed actually watched their videos because their videos were what they subscribed for. You know, and I felt like I haven't been delivering for what a lot of people subscribe for. So I think that's going to be it for this little update. I really, really do appreciate you guys watching. And again, subscribe, unsubscribe, like, dislike, you know, all of it. It's feedback. It again, at the end of the day, it's going to help me get better. And check out the Trevor Jameson YouTube channel for some other stuff. And you know, and interact and engage with me over there. I'll try to comment, you know, and be really active on that channel as well as this channel. So if there's definitely going to be a little bit more of a space in between videos on Motion Auto for right now, just to get that quality up there, make actual progress in a video, and we'll go from there. So appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you guys want to go on this ride.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Later.